takes the stage tonight. Stalkers flying like a bolt through the sky. Stiggy's precision leaves no room to defy. Speeding through the night, we're chasing dreams. Power grid kings rule the machine. Lemons in the sun, cutting sharp and lean. Feel the adrenaline, it's more than supreme.
Right, Bob bloody Jordo. But it is Singapore. We've got Joe in the party. He's got a quality band because he's a naughty boy. Naughty boy. Now Joe's included. So yeah, Joe.
Yeah.
15th.
I mean, look, you know me well enough, Steve. I'm not the quickest of people. I'm not the most consistent of people. I'm not expecting to be on the podium at any point this season. I'm just here to enjoy it and just do what I can. Starting from the back of the grid, obviously not ideal, especially in a track where it's tough to overtake. But you know, with my stats on, you know, not moving forward through the grid very much, at least I can't move backwards. So
oh yeah, that's it. You've not moved forward and you've not moved backwards. There's been races where you've gained positions, obviously, and there's places where you've lost positions, and that's why it's a net. But 3 races, that's not too bad, and a average of 14 points as well. So it's 14 points. That's an average of 11th if you're going off points, but your average finish is 12th. So your points are doing better than what your average finish is, to be fair. So there we go. And you're beating your teammate.
Yeah, that's obviously a surprise because, you know, he's obviously very quick. You know, he's very rarely been anywhere near me on track in the races, so I don't know what's happened there. I haven't spoke to him, but he's obviously got a lot of pace, which is encouraging. If he can convert that into results, then that'd be good for the team because I'm hoping he's not relying on me to win races. That's not going to happen.
No, never will. And to be fair, like I said before we started live stream, I said, look at what I did last season. I was midfield everywhere, and I could have won this race. But
yeah, I remember it.
Who was it? Oh, it was G6. It was your teammate. Your teammate ruined it for me.
No, I remember that because I crashed out really early when I didn't actually make contact with the wall. My wheel just came off. I was like, all right, good. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
But
currently,
and then I watched you and you put on a clinic.
Yeah, that's why I need to go back to racing. And then Jumbo John's not going to get cursed when I say that he's going to win the race like tonight. So, yeah, currently 9th as well. And only 7 points behind McLaren. So, anything could happen. That's 7 points.
Yeah.
You get that.
I mean,
finishing 14th. That's all right, G6.
Oh, yeah, my qualifying ban for tonight was because I had a collision with one of the McLarens. You know, as I said to you after the race, it was completely my fault. It was completely accidental. But had that not have happened, I would have finished ahead of him.
Yeah.
So, you know, we might then have been ahead of McLaren. I don't know. But look, it's a long way to go. We'll see what happens, and I'll just try and do what I can tonight.
This is it. Jumbo John saying that he wants me to race so I can see his rear wing, but he's lost 13 places, so I don't know what he's chatting about.
You can wave at him on the way through, mate.
I can look at him whilst he out-qualifies me, and then
I'll wave at him when he laps me.
That's it. Destructive J, how we doing? We're all getting ready for Singapore. 19 turns. Used to be more, but they got rid of the segment for under the bridge, so it's now flat out between turn 14 and 16. Just a nice, clean, good race, lads. That's all I want. Just nice, clean, or just bring out a safety car. I had it in my notes. And I can't find it. Do a PK Junior and chuck it in the wall. Just once. Just do it once, and then we can get a safety car. It was PK Junior as well, wasn't it? Nelson Piquet Jr. Oh, look at that! Without even looking at my book, Singapore was the first ever night race. Round 5 around the streets of Singapore. If you're new to Tuesday Tier 4 format, it is as follows: short qualifying followed by a 50% race. So if you can't do maths, 31 laps this evening around old Singapore, which put something needs to happen in the new one. The old one had a bit more history and a bit more like something to it. Yeah. The old one was just too slow though, and you couldn't overtake. This, what was it? Who's the F1? Is it P1 Matt and Tommy? They were saying that it's not the cars that, it's not the tracks that the issue for majority of this. It's the cars. The cars just aren't good. Everyone's currently in, I think. 20 drivers. That was it. We're literally ready to go. We are like the most efficient tier there is, I think. If you qualify top 5, I'm happy, says Jumbo John. Yeah, qualifying crucial. I can't remember the stat. I got rid of it off my notes. Because it's like 61% chance of winning from pole here. Yeah. Also 100% chance of a safety car, but I think, if I remember correctly, on street circuits like this, the safety car, it's on standard. So yeah, we might get a safety car here. And a 27% chance of a VSC. So, who knows? Who knows? Just, yeah. Longest pit stop as well. So you lose the most time on this track compared to anywhere else. And there we go. 1 minute left. Countdown's begun. Love it. 8 seconds. Everyone's in. Get your predictions in chat quickly. Who's going to get on pole? What's pole time going to be? Joe's got a qualifying ban. I think he's the only one to have a qualifying ban this evening. Tom the Crispy Panda, welcome in. How are we all doing? Oh, love it. Back on commentary. Back on our own. 19 corners. Used to be 23 just a couple of years ago. So, yeah, flat out between 14 and 16. But 16 is now it was a chicane back then. It's still a chicane now. So, just the opposite way round. Here we go. Come on. Load in. Who's got pigeon? Who's got the pigeon Wi-Fi today? Oh, at some point, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mid. So yeah, first ever night race. Old Singapore. Right. We're going to find someone to do a flying lap as well. Who's going to be first one out? If it's Joe, we know he's got a qualifying ban, but he's still got to do his outlap. Michael Wiggle Dance, welcome in. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome to PGRL Tuesdays. So many days. We've got movement in Qureshi's garage. Qureshi currently down in 17th, 30 points. Lost 8 places overall. Average finish, 14th. Average points per race is 8th. Best race, finished 9th in Spain. And worst finish was 2 DNFs in Canada and Austria. So not really had the best of starts. Is that Clyde that's first? No, that will be Pro. So Pro will be the one that we follow. Pro, I gave up, unfortunately. He's below 20th. So I didn't get much notes on him. But we'll do the usual. We'll ride on board. Show you how a flying lap is done. If you are new as well, the point scoring system for tonight: first place gets 50 points, second is 42, third 37, fourth is 33 points, fifth is 30 points, sixth gets 27, seventh gets 24, eighth gets 21, ninth gets 18, 10th gets 16, 11th gets 14, 12th gets 12, 13 gets 10, 13th gets 10, 14th gets 8, 15th gets 6, 16th gets 5, 17th gets 4, 18th 3, 19th 2, 20th 1. And in the race, the flying lap gets a bonus point. So here we go. Pro currently approaching turn number 16 and 17. It's flipped from where it used to be. 16 used to be a left-hander. Now it's a right-hander. But here we go. Through the last two corners, we're going to ride on board, starting a lap all the way up to 187 mile per hour, braking hard into 185 mile per hour on the speed, on the throttle through turn 2 and 3. Now watch that speed climb up as he approaches turn number 4. Little slide, so that's going to cost him a couple of tenths there. Now watch the speed climb with the help of DRS through turn 5 and now into, I believe that's 6. Sorry, I should have my track knowledge for Singapore is shocking. Here's turn 8 and 9. And then it's a little run down to turn 10, or more commonly known as the Singapore Sling. Here we go, through 12 and then into the tight left-hander of 13, all the way down to about 62 mile per hour. Get on the power nice and early with DRS charge all the way down to turn 14, which is a tight right-hander all the way down to 59 mile per hour. DRS wide open as he goes through 15, down into 16, which is tight right-hander. Clyde has retired. That's in turn 11. But here we go, flat out through this double left-hander. It wasn't flat out through this double left-hander of 18 and 19. DRS wide open in the set of 131.416. Clyde is out. G6. Qureshi goes second with a 131 third with a 131.998. Bit W has a bit between his teeth with a 131.159. Are we going to see people, as I say that, G6 rains on my parade with a 130.961 just as he did last year. As I was saying, will anyone get into the 130s? Divi sets a blistering lap of a 130.688. Jumbo John goes 5th with a 131.682. Yellow flag. That's a McLaren. That's a McLaren of Koresh. Oh, there's Koresh getting out of the way. All right, ignore that. Outlap for his teammate Royal Rumble, who is currently 7th with 69 points, goes quickest with a 130.525. Clyde, yeah, it's Ewan Street Circuit. Must be something, because it's just not going well. Last week in Baku, this week in Singapore. Cursed. The anti-Sergio Perez is old Clyde. Perm is now starting his lap, getting the toe off of his teammate Royal Rumble. Laps of communication there. Almost invalidated going through turn number 7. The wheels don't like my wheels. That is it. Or is it your wheels don't like... Well, the wheels love the walls. But Perm charging down to turn 10, or the Singapore Sling. Now's the tricky part where we saw Clyde crash out through 11, through 12, as close as you can get. Now down into 13, that tight left-hander. No moves can really be done through that section from 10 to 13, but there can be overtakes down into this turn, which is turn 14. Going for the wider line, almost invalidating. We saw in real life F1 a load of drivers getting their time taken away because of invalidation through turn 14. But here we go. Are we going to see the left flat out, a little lift, and Perm goes 8th quickest. Perm currently down in. I've seen his name. I think he's last or 24th, 25th. So he's really, Aston Martin really have struggled this year with just every race. Currently last in the constructors on 74 points as well. Yeah, there we go. He's 25th. Last of the drivers to score points. Only one driver has failed to score points, and that is Mitch, and he's a reserve. So everyone's setting their lap. Destructive J on an out lap. Matt. Oh, here we go. Hayes. Currently second in the drivers with 138 points. One win last week in Baku. 2 podiums, which is Baku and Canada. Positions gained 13. Average finish 4th. Average points 35. Best finish was 1st in Baku. Worst was 6th. And that was Austria when it started to rain and you couldn't decide whether it was raining or it was dry. But here we go, flat out, and he's invalidated. Knew the pressure was on. So let's see what Matt can do as he goes, brakes hard into 14, locked up. So that's going to cost him a couple of tenths. Now flying down, and the drive down into turn 16 as well. 186 mile per hour there. We saw all the way down to around 78 mile per hour. Now, last 2 corners, how does he do? Could have used more of the track and goes 11th with a 132.22 32.277. Oh, and that's Owen round. That's Owen round. Is that before turn? Where is Owen? I want to say that's. I was at turn 14. Lost a bit of his wing. Well, both bits of his end plate. Trying to get back on track. Doing his Runganathan. Is it Runganathan? Absolute legend that was in F2. Hopefully that Red Bull of... Is that Mooney? Oh, it's Mooney. He's invalidated. He gets out the way of Destructive J. Destructive J currently 10th with 59 points. 1 podium in Austria. Lost 4 places. Average finish of 13th. Worst track was 15th. Best was a 7th in Austria and Baku. Worst was 15th. No, that's Matt. Average finish of 13th. Average points 15. Best finish was Austria. Worst finish was Baku. DNF exit of turn number 3. Destructive J isn't letting the curse of the street circuits hold him back tonight. Setting a 130.286, a provisional pole for him. 8 minutes 6.5 left of short qualifying. Is Mooney got enough in the tank to go again? He's currently charging through turn number 6 into 7. Apparently purple first sector, but we know that EA are a bit dodgy with sector times. Very close to the wall on the exit of turn 8. Thank you so much for all the likes on TikTok. Thank you for the heart me as well. Braking hard into Singapore Sling. Bit scrappy through there. Now 11. Divi has gone even quicker with a 129.834. Not too bad, not too bad. Through turn 13 goes Jonathan Moody. So what can he do? Purple in first and second sector. But this could be lying to us. So we never know. Now charged down to turn 14, all the way down to 68 mile per hour. That's the average speed that we're seeing from most drivers this evening, was about 68 mile per hour. Now flicks it to the left, fighting the car. Could have used a bit more of the runoff, and there we go, 129.940. Track is getting better. The track evolution is in full effect. So Real Joker and Hayes still yet to set times. Who haven't we focused on? Matt. Yeah, Matt we've already talked about. Oh, we haven't talked about Matt yet. Matt currently 9th with 62 points. 5 places gained. Average finish of 11th. Average points 16 per race, per 4 races. Best was 4th last week in Baku. Worst was Austria, where no, that's Jumbo John again. Why can't I read my own notes? Best was 7th in Austria and Baku. Worst was 15th in Canada, and has an off-track rivalry with 2nd place Hayes. He keeps trying to chirp and big up to Hayes, who is 2nd. 62 points versus 138. So 76 points different. So double the points in gap, but that's right. He'll still try and get under the skin of Hayes. Is he improving? We'll see at the end of Sector 2. No, he's 2 seconds, so he's not doing a flyer. Royal Rumble. Let's see what he's on. Currently approaching turn number 5. See what his sector time is saying after the end of Sector 1. If it's close, we will stay on board. Note 3 seconds, so that'll be an end lap. Mooney's in the pits. Again, 29 seconds you lose around in the pit stop here. That's just because of the speed that they allow you into the pit stop. Alan, here we go. I've got his stats. Currently 11th, 54 points, completed 3 races, missed last week's race in Baku. Currently, he's lost 10 positions in the 3 races that he's partaken in. Average finish of 10th, 18-point average. Best race was 6th in Canada, and worst finish was the 15th in Austria. Currently going around in 14th. Didn't see he's burning, so hoping to set a quicker time. Currently 8/10 quicker than his best lap, which would put him 9th with no improvements out ahead of him. There we go. The Kicksalvers are both out now, both giving each other a tow, both on flying laps. But here we go. Crucial last 2 corners for Alan. See what lap time he sets. He goes 9/10 quicker, goes 8th with a 1:31.145. Let's go to the back of the grid. It's Joker ahead. Some would say second, the second driver. If you're ahead now, giving your teammate a tow, sliding and fighting the car. Going through turn number 13 into 14, hits that apex, pushes that car. They could have pushed that car a bit more, just like his teammate behind him, Hayes. Used majority of the track, and that's where you gain the time. You think pushing your car out wide, as what these guys have done, would lose you time, but you carry so much speed, and that's Hayes having a wobble. That's going to cost him about 2 seconds. You won't be surprised if you see him back off his lap. And there we go. Joker 10th, Hayes just behind him, 200ths, 2,000ths of a second. Nope. 200ths of a second off his teammate Joker. Was on for a fly. I think he lost he's probably lost a second with that wobble out of turn 17. G6, let's see what he can do. Currently behind his teammate Joe, 35 points, lost 22 positions. So we know he can qualify well. He's just not got. He's not shown us that race composure just yet. Yeah, average finish 14th, average points 9. Best finish 8th in Canada. Worst was last week with a DNF in Canada. Very close to the wall through turn 12 there. Through 13 we go. Now it's that charge down to turn number 14. Purple 4/10 quicker, which would put him. It's around fourth or fifth. He might. I was going to say he might split the Aston Martin and the Ferrari. With the way that this pace is going, not long left of short qualifying. Everyone moving out the way. Yellow flags everywhere, and I was proved wrong by G6. Goes third with a 1:30.246. 400ths quicker than Destructive J, who is on an outlap. Everyone is out, apart from Prowler, so Prowler will be starting P18. 1 minute left. Who's going to cross the line next? Divi's peeled off into the pits. Didn't improve. There's a Ferrari. That's going to be Destructive J. Is he going to be... 40 seconds left. Loads of time left to go for them. A Pro goes and improves by 0.3, so he's now P10 with a 1:31.050. Jonathan Mooney with the quickest lap so far with a 1:29.820. Look how close that is. That's 1/100th of a tenth quicker. That's literally like the front of your wing. Joker in the pits. Badger saying, "Come on, Joker." A Haas of Allen is invalidated. There's an Alpine going quick. It's not an Alpine. That's a different car. G6 Paul. Oh. We had a bit of lag there. That's no good. Destructive J sliding through turn 12. Really pushing his car. That's the end of qualifying. So, at the moment, Jonathan Mooney is your provisional pole sitter. Hayes 16th with a 1:31.399. It's okay. Hayes has gained. Currently, he's gained 13 positions. So, but this track is a bit harder to overtake. What can Destructive J do? Currently going through the double left-hander of 18-19. Goes third, quickest with a 1:29.987. Is Royal, who is that? Oh, it's Pro. We've seen Pro do his lap, so it's not going to be him. A Red Bull, not Owen. Mooney's done his lap. Royal Rumble, can we see an improvement from him? Goes third, quickest with a 1:29.961. So Coupe de Grace left. Pro is invalidated, so we won't see an improvement from him. Matt down in 14th. No, he's peeled off into the pits. Is Coupe gonna improve through the double left-hander at 18-19? DRS wide open, improves by 0.2 and goes up to 7th with a 1:30.515. Matching times with Jumbo John. So, but Jumbo John set his lap first, which means that Coupe de Grace will start 7th. Ooh. What a qualifying, and look how close it is between just the top lot. It's crazy. There we go. So Jonathan Mooney starts on pole. Divi second, Royal Rumble third, Destructive J fourth, fifth is G6, sixth is Jumbo John, Coupe de Grace 7th, 8th is BitW, Koreshi 9th, 10th is Pro, 11th is Perm Bowden, 12th PRL Allen, Bly 13th, 14th is Matt, 15th is Joker, Hayes 16th, Owen is 17th, 18th is Prowler, Clyde crashed and is starting 19th. Joe got a qualifying ban from last week and will be starting from the back of the grid. Ooh. Hasty, hey badge. T, thank you for the heart, me. Let's all go. Thank you so much. Right, here we go. Oh, big stretches. Strategy. 101, stop it. It's 20. You lose 29 seconds per stop. So looking after your tyres is going to be crucial. You don't want to burn your tyres out of turns 7, 8, 9, 13, 14. They're going to be the corners that you're going to be watching out for. You also don't want to lose any of your front wing, especially tonight, because then it'll be around a 35-second stop. If you're going to start on the hards, we're gonna see a pit stop. I'm not going to say when we're going to see a pit stop. You'll find out when we're closer to the time. But yeah, easy one stop if you can look after tyres. If not, it's going to be a 2-stop, and you might struggle to gain some places. Get your predictions in chat. Who's going to win the race? Who's going to be the winning constructor? And how many DNFs are we going to see? Get those in chat nice and quick. And let's see who's right. I can't give anything away. Maybe next season we'll start looking at merch. Ooh. But yeah, everyone grab your drinks, get comfortable, get yourself in a comfy spot, have a fresh air break if you need it. And yeah, we're moments away from lights out. There we go, waiting for players, which normally means we've got the formation lap. Let's chuck the tyres on. Enable that, hide that. So, top 5 all on the mediums. John and Coupe de Grace picking. They match their lap time and the matching tyre strategy. 8th to 10th on the mediums. Perm starting on the hards. Then Alan, Bly and Matt on mediums. Joker on the hards. Hayes on the mediums. So won't be surprised if we see Hayes get let through by Joker. Owen on the hards. Prowler on the mediums. Joe on the mediums. Interesting call from Bly here. Starting on the softs. So we'll be to stopping or expecting an early safety car. I wonder what he's thinking. Has the crash in qualifying through turn 12 shaking him up a bit? He's put the softs on thinking that he's going to break his wing and we'll have to change tyres. So that's what I would do if I'm a bit shaky and I know I'm going to have to pit quite early. It will be I'll start on the softs, try and gain as many places as I can before having to pit. John's going to be kicking himself. He said before qualifying started, he wanted to try and qualify P5, P6. So might be in a negative mindset already, and he might try and push early. But here we go, everyone lining up. Oh, we're going to see people that can't park. Oh, Mooney on the line perfectly. Same as Divvy. And there we go. John tried to squeeze it as much as he could. Got disqualified. So we'll be starting further back in his grid slot. You can see it. And Clyde can't park a car either. What about Joe? There we go. So here we go. Waiting for the 5 lights. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 lights. And it's pedal down, chaos inbound. We are racing at Singapore for Tuesday Tier 4. Are we going to see any carnage going into turn number 1? Williams having a proper close... is that the Williams? Yeah, it was the Williams having a very close battle with Pro. Any front wing damage already? And there's contact between Pro and Koreshi. Pro in the wall. We're seeing carbon fibre fly everywhere. Divvy got the better of the starts against Jonathan Mooney. So Divvy now leads the race. Destructive J, Mooney second. Destructive J third. Royal Rumble fourth. G6 5th. Coupe de Grace 6th. 7th is Little Jumbo John. He got overtaken by Coupe de Grace. Bit W in 9th. Real Joker 10th. What a start from him. Perm Bowden, and there's contact. Prowler is out. And Koreshi in the wall at turn 13. And we've got the first VSC of the evening. Oh, nice and early. I said I wanted it later on, lads. Koreshi gets a 10-second time penalty for severe collision with Hayes. Prowler's left. That's him out. Not ideal from Prowler. Currently down, well, was down in 22nd on 10 points. Really not ideal for him or Mercedes. But we have a VSC Royal Rumble in the pits. Change of wing. Are we going to see any more pits? Any more people pitting? Joker is up 7. Clyde is up 9. Sticking to that time delta. Royal Rumble Pro, Allen and Koreshi all in the pitch. G6 sped under VSC, so we'll have a drive-through. Not ideal for him on such a slow pit lane as well. But Mooney got the better of the VSC starts and got past Divi El Burro. And Jumbo John close to the back. Oh, and there's someone else in a wall. People love tapping the walls round here. Coupe de Grace right on the back of the Alpine of G6. G6 doesn't have a front left end plate. And there we go. Just because of that, he can't get the traction. And now he's a sitting duck to Little Jumbo John as well. Are we going to see a move going down into turn 16? He doesn't even need to wait till turn 16. Gets it comfortably done. Massive lock-up, though. You saw that car sliding everywhere. But Jumbo John now P5. Bit W gets past G6 as well. G6 has no front left wing. It's not just end plate anymore. It's the whole front wing. Owen J at the moment with a fast lap with a 139.766. Down in 14th. I was going to say brand new hards, but they're not. He's got them up to temperature. He doesn't want to burn these tyres out, though. This is crucial. A hot track, burning out tyres, you are just going to be a sitting duck later on in the race. Jumbo John and Coupe de Grace side by side. Coupe de Grace giving Coupe de Grace giving Jumbo John little to no room going through turn number 9, or on the exit of turn 9. But Bit W is now through as well, as we're still on helicopter cam. Are we going to see Coupe de Grace be vulnerable going down to turn 14? Jumbo John didn't get the traction out of turn 13 there, so Bit W can have a big sigh of relief. Clyde's tyres are going to be screaming. Bit W going to be on the outside of Coupe de Grace. Little to no room given. There was contact between the two going through turn 16. But Bit W is through. Having to let that car run as well. I think he dropped a gear there. Almost dropped it in. Dropped the rear end because of that. He would have done a stroll there if he fully lost it. Jonathan Mooney with the fastest lap so far, and that's how much he's pushing. Has Divi right behind him. Are we going to see a move from Divi? He's going to have a look down the inside of turn number 7. Contact between the two. Jonathan Mooney still has the inside line through turn number 8, though, which is crucial, and has the inside line through 9. Divvy will have the better traction though, being wider. You can get on that power earlier and a lot smoother than what you can if you go down the inside. Still has that position as they go through turns 10, 11 and 12. Perm loses 2 places. The power of DRS, 4 DRS zones as well around this track. You can't forget they've added more in. Perm almost in the wall of going through turn number 10, turn number 12, should I say. Now he's dropped back. Joe's gonna... I thought Joe was gonna have a move. Started 20th, now 11th. Are we gonna see a move? He's too far back. Going into turn 16. Closes right up though. That engine's really struggling. And there we go. Perm has got damage on that front left. Decided to pit to make it so... Oh, he's got a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Thought he was losing time with no front end plates. Joe has no front end plates either. And Divvy has taken over the lead going in to turn 7 with the help of DRS, or has he? As it was side by side going through turn number 8. I want to look at the state of Mooney's front wing. Oh, it's perfect. I had a look going into the Singapore sling. Oh, so close to the back of Divvy. This battle will go on throughout this race. And this contact. That's Divvy braking early for turn 13. Mooney not expecting it. Loses a bit of his front wing. His front right end plate. So left-hand turns are going to be so much more difficult. Which is what's coming up with the double left-hander of 18 and 19. Joe has Bly for company, both on medium tyres. You see that down in 10th. Jumbo John closing in on Coupe de Grace as well. What's G6's penalty? It's another it's a drive-through. He needs to serve that quick. Clyde. Yeah, I was going to say now in the pits. Done 6 laps on those softs. More than what I was expecting, to be fair. Destructive J is caught up to Jonathan Mooney. Royal Rumble overtakes Clyde as well. That's Clyde still in the pits. He's coming out now. Or is he? Look at... See how slow it is. He's now 15th. And just coming out of the pit lane. He's now behind Alan. What tyres did he go for? He's gone for the hards. So we're going to see the soft, hard, medium. The hards will not go to the end. If he does, then I will take my hat off and eat it. Destructive J's dropped back slightly from the battle for first between Mooney and Burrow. Well, Divvy, should I say. Bly still close to the back of Joe. Still can't get that move done. And it's annoying being stuck behind Joe. Especially if you're in a party with him. He will be chatting nothing but waffle in your ear. Thankfully, Joe and Bly aren't. For Bly's sake. But here we go. Destructive J still closing in. But loses it in the corners. Mooney does have damage as well to his front wing. So that will be pushing Jay along. Coupe de Grace has DRS on bit W. Bit W 4 seconds away from Jay, and that gap is expanding. Bly, here we go. Bly down the inside of Joe through 7, but Joe fights it back. And Joe still ahead. No end plate, no problem for Joe, as it seems currently still in P9. Joker and Hayes closing in on each other. Will we see team orders at Kick-Sauber, where the mediums will have dropped off and the hards now in the window? I was going to say, you're going to pit on the mediums around lap 16, 17. There's someone in the wall there. Joker sliding. That's not what you want to do with those hard tyres, especially through turn number 13. And see how much time he's lost. Divvy and Mooney. There was movement. Mooney, is he going to have a look down the inside? Oh, he thought about it. It was so close. Doesn't want to damage any more of his wing. Divvy backing Mooney right up into Destructive J. Brilliant racing, this from Divvy. Makes you have to think as a driver, do you go for the attack or do you try and defend? I think Destructive J's got his... I got it wrong earlier. He's got it for the corners, not the straight. You see how much time he's losing. Bly loses so many places. No front left end plate. Loses two places in the matter of 2 corners. But still on the tail of Matt and Owen. So yeah, mediums, you're going to pit around lap 16, 17. And then mediums, if you started on the mediums, it's lap 14 to 15. If you started on the hards, it's 16 to 17. Oh, and that is Bly in the wall. Now has no front right. Is it the full front right wing? It's definitely a... Yeah, there we go. It's a blade from the top wing for Bly that is now non-existent, now part of the track memorabilia. And Marshall has definitely taken that home. But here we go. Joker on Hayes. 5/10 separate them. Are we going to see team orders? Wobble, slight wobble for Hayes there. Nothing doing into turn 1. How about turns 2, 3, or 4? Nothing through there either. Joker will have DRS. Matt now in the pit. Bly also in the pit. Seems quite early. 5 laps early. So they might be setting up for a 2-stop. There is the undercut option, but it's still way too early for the undercut. Winning constructor so far is the Ferraris of Destructive J and Jumbo John. Ferraris currently 5th in the Constructors' Championship. And will be gaining quite a few points. As it stands, we'll get... $64 points if the checkered flag was to drop, but we are literally just a third of the way. Destructive J now in the pit and goes on to the hards. Drops behind Joker. How many places is he going to drop? Now into 9th. 10th, and it's going to be close between him and Royal Rumble. Just gets ahead, but Royal Rumble should have DRS. He will have DRS going down into turn 7. Destructive J does have the tyre advantage now, though. Brand new, fresh, hard. Destructive J just needs to get them fully up to temperature. And Destructive J's made that comfortable. And he's now pulling away from Royal Rumble. Closest battle, Clyde closing in on Perm. Clyde decided to go on the softs and pitted at lap 6. Now on the hards, closing in on Perm on 5 lap old mediums. Perm does have the tyre and grip advantage, where the mediums are built for being grippier, but won't last as long as the hards. And Pro gets a 3-second time penalty. That's for multiple warnings going off track. But here we go. Clyde did have a look early on. Boredom, thank you for the harmony, thank you for the roses and the go popular. But here we go. Clyde, 4/10, has DRS, which is an extra 7 miles per hour. Can't get the move done into turn 16. Are we going to see it into turn 1, though? Still right on the gearbox. Look how close he is. Only 3/10. Yellow flag in sector 2. That's a Haas. It's not the Haas of Allen. It's the Haas of Bly. That's Bly going deep into turn number 11. And that's why Pro's pitted and retired. Oh, you finish. You get points wherever you finish. Just finish the race unless there's been an emergency, and then I hope everything's okay. And it makes me feel bad. Divi is now broken at the DRS time between him and Mooney. Sliding out of 14, though. Really not going to help those rear tyres. Let's have a ride on board and have a look. Look at them. All those marbles. And they are dropping off these tyres. Lap 11, you get around 3 to 4 more laps out of them. And Destructive J gets past Owen. Destructive J now has Joe in his sights. Joe on 10 lap old mediums. So wouldn't be much of a fight. Look at the grip advantage that Destructive J has. That was going through 16 and 17. Joker has a 10-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He'll be kicking himself. But there we go. Down the left-hand side goes Destructive J. Nice and easy against Joe. 2 different paced drivers there and 2 different tyre compounds. And 2 different states of tyres. One's going to be less than 5%. The other one's going to be nearly on 30%. 30 to 40, maybe 50% for Joe. Destructive J closing in on IRA Hayes. Thankfully, there's no rain tonight for Hayes, so should do better than what he has in the wet races in other divisions and other tiers. Destructive J braking very hard, locking up going into the Singapore sling. Now through 11, through 12. Into 13. Just the car doesn't look like it's planted underneath him. But here we go. Say that. Gets a better traction out of 13. Will be down the inside of turn 14. Leaves just enough of space for Hayes to get through, but Destructive J now in 6th and now on the charge to his teammate Lil Jumbo John, who is in 5th. Down in P12, closing in on Clyde. Clyde on 6 lap old mediums, and that's Hayes and Joe in the pits. Are we going to see the move from Perm on Clyde? Joker's 11th. The undercut worked out for Joker. Hayes pitted a lap later. Is now down in 13 and 13th, and now has Matt for company. These two have a rivalry in Matt's eyes. Hayes just brushes it away. But here we go. Is Matt, who's had his tyres for 4 laps. They would be up to the optimal temperature, and they would have gripped in. So I'm going to see the move from Matt on Hayes. The longer he takes, the higher the temperature and the more grip those hards will provide. Divvy in the pits, so going for the undercut on Mooney. BitW also in the pits. He'll be going on the hards. Jumper John crossing the line, carrying on going. Again, remember, if you're on the hards, you're going to pit around lap 16 to 17. So he's got 3 more laps on those tyres. And his closest rival, or the closest person, is Coop in front of him. And it's 5 seconds. We're going to switch to leader. So we'll see. We'll keep eyes on Divvy and Mooney. 29 seconds you lose in the pit stop. Being put in the traffic of Clyde and BitW. Being behind Clyde is not going to be ideal. He needs to make the light work of Clyde here to try and bring that gap down. He's got 5 seconds to try and find. Otherwise, Mooney will be leading the race, and the undercut would not have worked. 33 seconds, that gap now. Qureshi in the pits. Goes on the hards. I feel a bit bad for Qureshi. Down in 17th. 30 points, lost 8 places. Average finish of 14th. And there we go, Mooney in the pits. That gap 33.1 seconds. So, without any hiccups, Mooney should come out ahead of Divvy. There is just a massive cluster. Royal Rumble leading the way on this DRS train. And that's Mooney moving out of the pits. And there's a yellow flag. Yellow flag, that's an Aston Martin. That's the Aston Martin of Perm. Losing it on the exit of turn 19. Like his counterpart who races for Aston Martin in real life. Old Lance Stroll lost it in the exact same spot as well. Joe gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Divvy and Clyde. Divvy's now got past Clyde. Royal Rumble going for a Royal Wonder through turn number 7. Now Clyde's going to try it down the inside. Tyres are 4 laps fresher than what Royal Rumble has. Has no front wing damage either, does Clyde, and he makes that move nice and easy. This is where he lost it earlier, so we'll be a bit shaky through here. Mooney now stuck in this traffic of Royal Rumble Clyde to try and get to Divvy. Divvy close to the back of BitW. BitW close to the back of Owen. Mooney got past Royal Rumble. Owen and BitW switch positions. Very deep goes Owen, and he catches Divvy. So Owen broke hard, skidded where he locked up. That's then given damage to Divvy. That's now no front left end plate. And Mooney has just transferred Owen some money, saying thank you very much for giving me giving me more chance to win this evening. Joker's got past Royal Rumble. At what stage does Royal Rumble pit? And there was a bit of broken wing. I can't see who that was from. That is Clyde. So Mooney is going to look round the outside. Yeah, is that it is Clyde damage. Yeah, front left. Anyone else? Can we see any more front wings, please, cameraman? Yeah, it's Clyde that lost his front wing. No, front left end plate. Now going to be a sitting duck to Mooney. Helmet Marco is going to be on the blower, saying for Clyde to move out the way, hindering both Red Bulls here. 2 different lines through 13. I'd love to see it. Joker gets past Owen as well. Wonder what happened there, because Owen was ghosted, so that means that he's hit the wall at some point. Royal Rumble now close to the back of Owen. Coupe de Grace in now pits from 2nd place. Clyde closing in on, well, Mooney's got past Clyde. Royal Rumble and Owen having a ding-dong through turn 16 and 17. And there we go, Owen now in the pits. Oh, they're going to be almost racing into the pit lane. But that's Owen and Royal Rumble now pitting. Both, well, Owen doing 16 laps, Royal Rumble doing 15 laps. Perm now pitting as well from the mediums. Clyde, I was going to say keeping up with Mooney, but Mooney's now on the charge to his race rival this evening of Divi. 2.5 is the gap between those two. Coupe de Grace now closing in on Joker as they go through turn number 8. Joe close to the back of Matt. Joe does have a 3-second time penalty though, and he went in for a new wing. He might need to go back in for a new wing. Front right end plate missing from the Alpine. Close to the back of Matt going through the Singapore Sling or turn number 10. Sitting right in the middle of the track. He just needs to start using more of the track. Wheelie, welcome in. Coupe de Grace 7th, closing in on Joker. Are we going to see a move from Coupe de Grace? No, he's not. He's still stuck behind Coupe, getting the better of the speed, and that's Joe in a wall. That's Joe having no front left wing or a front right end plate. He'll be going back into the pits. Coupe de Grace still stuck behind Joker, even with DRS. We should see well, so yeah, Coupe will have a DRS advantage, so 7 miles per hour advantage going down this straight to turn 7. How difficult is Joker going to make it? Not very, as Coupe de Grace now at 5th with that move going down into turn 7. Yeah, 9/10 that gap. Coupe de Grace does have the tyre advantage. 5 lap fresher tyres. So yeah, there we go. Look at that, 1.2 now, that gap. Joe in the pit. Perm getting a 3-second time penalty for speed, for multiple warnings. And it's all settling down. So let's, whilst we're with Joker, currently in 6th place, 85 points, 3 races, missed the season opener in Spain. He's gained 22 positions overall, average finish of 6th, average point 28 per race. Best finish was 4th in Canada, worst was 8th in Austria. And he's got a 10-second time penalty as well for speeding in the pit lane. Position changes so far. Biggest winners are both Joker and Hayes. Those kicks flying through the field. Up 9 as well as Clyde. But Clyde is on a completely different strategy altogether. Started on the softs. So it'd be interesting to see how that pans out. Owen up 6 as well. Bit W up 6. Joe up 4. Not hard when he started at the back because of the qualifying ban. Destructor J up 3. But will we see another pit from him? Lap 9? Yeah. We'll probably see another pit from Destructor J. Unless he's a major tyre whisperer. Royal Rumble down 10. And G6 down 13. Really not having the best of races. I don't think he's even in the lobby. I think he's fully quit out. Let me have a look, see if he's asked to be invited back in. Yeah. Destructive J, there we go, called it. He's now in the pit. Let's show the tyres. He's gone for the hards. Goes behind Real Joker, who's on 8-lap old mediums. We'll have to pit again, and we'll have a 10-second time penalty. So his pit, he will lose around 39 seconds instead of the 25 that was expected. There we go. Oh, and he's had contact with Joker, and that's him out. Destructive J is out of the race. Was P6, now DNF, and we now have the safety car. So watch the pit lane come alive. Be interesting that. I don't know when Joker decided to pick his line, but yeah, Destructive J out. I think. Oh, no, I was going to say might have put Joker on the wall, but it didn't. We have a safety car, so 100% stat for a safety car to feature in this race has come true. Bit W, are we going to see him come in the pits? Who's going to come in the pits and when? You want to do it now. That's Perm in the pit. Had just pitted as well for hard tyres. Goes on to the softs. Interesting call. Very interesting call. And there we go. Bit W in the pit. Surely go on to the mediums just for the extra security of being able to make it to the race. Divvy in the pits. Mooney in the pits. Coop didn't want to double stack. Stays out, so we'll be leading the way. Drive through for G6 for speeding and not sticking to his delta. He's really struggled with that this evening. But Keep the Grace now leads away. Bit W, Mooney. Divvy on the hards. There we go. G6 disqualified for not sticking to a delta. And here we go. Who else is pitted? So, Bit W, Jumper John still hasn't pitted. Neither is Coop de Grace. Bit W pitted for the mediums. Mooney on the mediums. Divvy on hards. Royal Rumble gets a drive through for speeding under the safety car. Owen didn't pit. Needed a Royal Rumble. Real Joker pitted for the mediums. IRA Hayes on the softs. You got to think 3 laps under the 6. It's going to be close for the soft runners. Matt on the mediums will be right behind his rival, who has more than double his points. Clyde, 11th, pitted as well for the mediums. Joe didn't pit. 3 laps on those mediums. Qureshi didn't pit either. Alan pitted, didn't pit. He's on 2-lap old mediums. Bly is on mediums, and Perm on softs. So yeah, plenty of laps left. 11, nearly 10 laps left of the race. If you are watching and you aren't a driver, put your driver of the day in chat. And no one put any predictions in, so no one's getting the bragging rights. Currently 3 people DNFing, 1 disqualification. Which is always interesting to see. But here we go, lap 22 of 31. We could be here a while whilst everyone catches up. Singapore, beautiful. Always brings the drama, and this is why we said, I said it at the top of the when the lights went out. It was like pedal down, chaos inbound, and we've had chaos. Who's getting the wooden spoon for most pit stops as well? Perm on 3. Joe in the pits again. What's he going on? He's gone on 5-lap old hards. Interesting. Has he got Hayes in his ear for strategy? Because that is a very interesting call. Better grip than, well, better longevity than 5-lap old mediums, to be fair. Just doesn't have any fresh tyres left. Lap 22 of 31. 3 DNFs of Destructive J, Pro and Prowler, and 1 disqualification of G6. Nothing being put in Discord as of yet. But here we go. Slowing everyone down. I think we're going to have to wait till Perm closes in. So hopefully Perm puts his foot down a tiny bit, and we can get this safety car in. There we go. Lap 23 of 31. Oh, it does. Oh, mint. It changes depending on what drive you're on, which is even nicer. Joe 20 seconds behind Bly, and Perm 14 seconds behind Joe. It might come in this lap, you know. We'll find out after just before turn of 14 that sector 2 line into sector 3 will tell us, we'll get the message. But as it stands, Coupe de Grace first, Lil Jumbo John second, Bit W third, 4th is Jonathan Mooney, 5th is Divvy, 6th is Owen, 7th is Royal Rumble, Joker is 8th, 9th is Hayes, 10th is Matt, 11th is Clyde, Koreshi 12th, 13th is Alan, 14th is Bly, 15th is Joe, and 16th is Perm. Positions gained: Coop up 6, Jumbo John up 4, Bit W up 5, Owen, what a race from him so far, up 11, and safety car is in this lap, so that means that Coupe de Grace is now in facto the safety car. Biggest losers, there's 3 people have DNF'd, but Perm is down 5. Really not having the season that he had last year. There's your tyre choice all over again. We're going to jump up to Coupe. When's Coupe going to go? He's building. It's building. You can hear it. You can hear those revs going. And now goes midway through turn 18. Catches Jumbo John, and who's that? That's Joker on Owen. Has to give that place back. He can't overtake till the start-finish line. Joker having to take evasive action, loses a bit of his front wing to Owen. Joker tried to chuck it down the inside, but Owen was having none of it. That's his front wing chopped off. That will be him having to give that position. He'll probably switch with Hayes. Look at that, no front. It wasn't him that lost his front wing. Who's that that's lost their front wing then? Is it? It was Hayes that's lost his front wing. Joker now goes down the inside of Owen through turn number 8, through 7, now losing. I don't know what's going on. He's gets through turn 9, going the wider line, but will be struggling with no front left end plate. Qureshi is retired. That's Qureshi in the wall at the Singapore Sling, or turn 10. And it's another safety car. Crazy. So who is... There's now 4 DNS. Qureshi, Destructive J, Pro, 90... Prowler, and then 1 disqualification of G6. Everyone's too close together to really pit. As there is... well, it's about to be 7 laps left. Yeah, 7 laps left after, well, when we cross the start-finish line, which Coupe de Grace has, but we'll be catching up to the safety car. This should stay out till lap 28, I believe, so we should have 4 racing laps, or 3 racing laps. And that's Joe in the pit on the softs. Worth it. Got to think, everyone else around you's on mediums. You're going to have the grippiest of the tyres. He's now out the pits, but here we go. He'll be trying to catch up. He doesn't want to burn the grip off these tyres, though. This is going to be crucial. Has got a 3-second time penalty as well, though. So has Royal Rumble, and so has Perm. Surprised Hayes didn't pit with the wing damage that he has. Lap 25 of 31 for Tuesday Tier 4 around Singapore. Coupe de Grace still leading the way. Jumbo John second, but W third. Fourth is Mooney. Fifth, Divvy. Sixth, Owen J. Seventh, Hayes. 8th, Joker. 9th, Clyde. 10th is Matt. 11th, Alan. 12th, Bly. 13th, Perm. 14th, Royal Rumble. And 15th is Joe. Again, if you are a non-driver, get those driver of the days in, and there goes Royal Rumble into the pits. Won't be surprised if you see a set of softs get put on. There we go. Royal Rumble now pitted onto the softs. Be interesting to see what happens between him and Joe now. Lap 26 of 31. So 6 racing, well, not 6 racing laps. 6 laps remaining. Soon to be 5. Need to get racing. I saw, Jay. It's just not your run of races at the moment. 2 DNFs. Be interesting to see what the stewards say about it. But here we go. Lap 26 of 31. I'm going to have more of my drink. My throat is killing. Safety car is in this lap. So again, Coupe de Grace leads the way. When's he going to go? Because if he goes at the exact same spot, Jumbo John's surely going to be more alert to it. Yeah, that is it. It's unfortunately the strategy didn't plan out. But here we go. Coupe de Grace, when's he going to go? Is it going to be the exact same spot? We're going to ride a ball with Jumbo John. Oh, it was a bit later this time. And again, catches Jumbo John out. And Jonathan Mooney might have had the best start from that. Are we going to see him move into turn 1 from anyone? No. Divvy almost losing a bit of his front wing. And that's a kick round. That is Hayes. That's contact between him and Owen. Please, no safety car. But Perm also had a moment. So that he's now down in 15th. Royal Rumble up to 13th. We'll get rid of that. It's all so close. All over again. Lap 27 of 31. Coupe de Grace still leading the way. Has Jumbo John in his mirrors. Everyone having a little look into the Singapore sling. But no moves this time into turn 10. As I say that, Jumbo John, Royal Rumble has got past Hayes. Hayes has no... Is that no front left at all? Yeah, no front left wing at all. Now has Joe right behind him, and nothing is worse than when you get overtaken by Joe. Look at it. You just want to cry. Let's Joe through. Bit W has overtaken little Jumbo John. I'll bring the tyres back up. Jumbo John on 10 lap old mediums compared to Bit W's who's 6 laps old, and same as Jonathan Mooney's. Matt on the back of Owen. Joe, yeah, there's movement everywhere. Yellow flag. That is Perm. Perm in the wall on the outside of turn 16. Hayes now in the pits. Lap 28 of 31. So 4 racing laps left. No move into turn number 7. There was for Matt though. So Matt has now overtaken Owen. And is that Royal Rumble having a look? That was Royal Rumble having a look on Alan and getting that move done. Now he's P10. Now he needs to try and gain a 3-second advantage. Alright, Mooney close to the back of Jumbo John. Jumbo John close to the back of Bit W. Bit W. Oh, I say Jumbo John getting close, but it's Bit W close to Coupe de Grace. Has the tyre advantage, done 4 less laps on those tyres. Had a look down the inside of 16. Thought better of it. Doesn't need to do anything silly here. Just look after those tyres. Royal Rumble gets the move done. He's off track though, so won't be surprised if he has to give that position back. He doesn't. But he's still P9. And here we go. Bit W so close to the back of Coupe de Grace as they go through turns 1, 2, and 3. Is he going to have a look into 4? He's gone for the wider line. Cuts the line. And we're going to see the switchback. No, we're not. But here we go with the 7 mile per hour advantage. Coupe giving little to no space for Bit W. And Bit W now leads the way. Jumbo John gets passed by Jonathan Mooney. Or does he? Jumbo John having a proper fight through turn number 8. But Jonathan Mooney still ahead. This will be Bit W's best finish. Best finish so far was P6 in Baku. Is he a street circuit merchant? Is that where we found the strength for Bit W? Joe gets past Bly. That's not a surprise there. Oh, did he get past? There was arrows down there. Dave, welcome in as you join us on lap 29 of 31. Mooney close to the back of Coupe de Grace, has the tyre advantage. Coupe de Grace sliding. Coupe de Grace currently third in the Drivers' Championship with 98 points. Clyde getting a 3-second time penalty. That's crucial, especially at this stage of the race. And the person behind you, it's Royal Rumble behind you. You're okay. As long as Matt doesn't get through. I think Matt does leapfrog both of these if the checker flag was to fall. Right now it is lap 30 of 31, the penultimate lap. BitW now 2-second advantage on Coupe de Grace. Jonathan Mooney still on the gearbox of Coupe de Grace. Is he he's gonna try around the outside of turn 7, still there. Will turn out to be the inside of turn 8, but doesn't even need to do that. Gets the move done before turn 8. Now currently now P2. Hayes with the fastest lap so far with a 1:33.799, getting that. I think he has claimed that point for the fastest lap. Clyde all over the back of Joker on the back of Jumbo John. We have a yellow flag in sector 2, and that's Coupe de Grace. Coupe de Grace has hit the wall. That's Coupe de Grace out through turn number 11. That's 2 races back to back where Coupe has failed to score any points, both being street circuits, both being smashed into a wall. Thankfully he didn't catch anyone this time round. So unfortunate for him. BitW now, it's a 1.8 gap between him and Mooney. Divi 2.3 behind. Will Jumbo John catch Divi? This is going to be the battle. Jumbo John, Joker, Clyde, all so close. This is for the last of the podium spots on lap 31 of 31. Remember, if you aren't a driver, or if you are a driver that's DNF'd or been disqualified, make sure you get your driver of the day in. Joe's just been overtaken by Owen. That's for P10. Little cluster back there. Here comes Clyde. Going to be the inside of turn 7. Rides the curb. Leaves Joker little to no room. Joker's going to have the inside of turn 8. It's too wide through that corner. It's scary. I was clenching my butt cheeks and I'm not even racing. But Clyde has got that move done. Will lose that place by count back. Will he get the move on Jumbo John? As Jumbo John is now 2.4 seconds behind Divi. Mooney, so close. Wasn't riding on board, wasn't paying attention, thought it was all over for Mooney. BitW must have made a mistake. Are we going to see the move? Oh, BitW really struggling through 16 and 17. I think he's got enough of an advantage to win this race. So there goes BitW crossing the line first. Jonathan Mooney second. Divi third. Jumbo John will finish 4th. Will he? Oh, yes. 4th. 5th for Joker. Tying with his best finishes so far. Clyde 6th. Matt 7th. Royal Rumble 8th. 9th is Alan. Joe will lose a place to Owen. Crashes over the line. Owen out of fuel. So Owen finishes behind Joe. Bly 12th. Hayes with the fastest lap. Oh, if Clyde didn't have the time penalty, I would have given him drive of the day. It's got to be BitW. Oh, team orders in the Red Bull then. Owen did my wing in. That would be why. So Owen 11th, Bly 12th, Hayes 13th, Perm going through 16 and 17. Yeah, I think BitW's got to be my driver for the day. Strategy on point. and won the race. I had luck on my side this time. It's because I didn't say you were going to win to open up Jumbo John. That's why I was giving it to someone else. I don't know who I was going to blame, but I don't know who I cursed. I think it might have been Jay. I didn't curse anyone, actually. There we go. I can say that you're going to win. Needed one more lap. That is it. That is it. One more lap. But I think without that second safety car, that finish, the podium would be completely different. But there we go. Bit W for the first time on the top step. We still haven't had a winner for a back-to-back winner or someone to win 2 races yet this season. And we're 5 races in, a halfway point next week. But yeah, Bit W, best race was last week, 6th. But now that stat has changed. Bit W is now, their best race is Singapore. Tyres are gone, that is it. There we go. See, if it wasn't for that wing change, I would have had that. Yeah, but then if my grandmother had wheels, she would be a bike. Oh no, it ends. I did the. Oh, we're not gonna get a rundown. We're not gonna get a rundown. I'm gonna miss it all. I'm gonna miss it all. Clyde, I can't believe. Yeah, Clyde, you made it to the end, didn't you? I can tell because everyone left. I can't do the full race rundown. But yeah, Bit W, drive of the day, up 7 places, got the strategy correct, held everyone off. Absolutely incredible race. 5 DNFs. 5 DNFs this time round. Yeah, what a race! What I'm gonna keep saying, what a race! It was a stage where it chilled it out. My voice is now gone, but it had a bit of a wobble, and then those safety cars brought this race alive. Next week it is COTA. So the Circuit of America in Texas for the halfway stage. But yeah, I'm gonna stop because I'm now losing my voice because we scream all the time and it's not ideal. So thanks for having me. I've been your commentator, Bidder Steve, or just Steve. Until next time, good. Bye.
Engines roaring, lights are flashing bright. Power grid racing takes the stage tonight. Stalkers flying like a bolt through the sky. Stiggy's precision leaves no room to defy. Speeding through the night, we're chasing dreams. Power grid kings rule the machine. Lemons in a sun, cutting sharp and lean. Feel the adrenaline, it's more than supreme.